You're still talking, but something already feels wrong. The words flow steadily, yet there's a gap, a slight pause before each sentence, like you're waiting for permission from some unseen force. You smile, but it's misplaced. A topic too serious, a smile too wide. The mismatch is jarring. The therapist listens, but not in the way you think. They're not caught in the web of your words. They're noticing the spaces in between, the silence before your laughter, the way your eyes dart to the floor just after you insist you're fine. Something feels off. You speak quickly about your week, but your voice wavers when you mention your job. The tremor is slight, barely noticeable, but it registers. A tiny crack in the facade of confidence. And then there's the repetition of phrases. It's all good, you say, twice in quick succession, but why say it again? What therapists notice is this: consistency and rhythm tell a story. Words can be chosen, crafted, rehearsed, but timing is honest. It's the subtle stutter in your assurance, the extra beat before you address a sore subject. It's the subconscious leaking through. The therapist sits quietly, absorbing more than the language. They see the forced calmness, the way your hands clasp tighter when the topic shifts to family. The tension is palpable, like a string pulled taut. Your brain reveals things before you do, whispering truths through your body language. This isn't random. Your mind, seeking to protect, betrays the very secrets you wish to hide. The therapist doesn't need to interrogate or pry. They're attuned to the hesitations, the moments your eyes don't meet theirs. Every pause, every falter is a breadcrumb leading to the real issue. The conversation continues, but the therapist's focus doesn't waver. They watch as you over-explain a simple story about a friendly encounter, a tale that should need no justification. It's the over-eagerness to prove normalcy that stands out. A need to convince, more than just the listener, but yourself. With each layer peeled back, the inconsistencies become clearer. The therapist isn't merely listening to your narrative. They're observing what escapes it. The truth isn't in the script you've prepared. It's in the unscripted moments, the emotional leakage that slips through. You think you're here to talk, but they're seeing beyond the conversation. They're watching the spaces where your words don't reach. The room is silent for a beat too long after she finishes speaking. Her words claim reassurance, painting a picture of calm acceptance. But her fingers betray a subtle tremor, tapping lightly against the armrest. It's a disruption too small to be intentional. Yet it echoes louder than her spoken narrative. Something feels off. She shifts in her seat when asked about her recent promotion. The movement is slight, almost imperceptible, but it carries the weight of discomfort. Her posture turns rigid, like a reflexive defense, as if her body seeks to shield her from an unseen threat. The words sound correct, proud even, but the tension in her shoulders tells another story. What therapists notice is how such subtle shifts reveal more than conscious admissions. Her gaze flickers to the side, just for a moment. Before she answers a question about her relationship, it's an unconscious pause, a delay that hints at what she's not saying. The brain recognizes the vulnerability of truth before the mouth can form the denial. The voice is steady, practiced. It tries to sound convincing, like a well-rehearsed play. Yet it softens unexpectedly when she describes a memory of childhood, a softness that betrays more than fondness, perhaps a longing or a sadness unspoken. This isn't random. The emotional inconsistency suggests an internal conflict, a discord between what she wants to believe and what she truly feels. Her narrative loops back to familiar topics, areas where she feels safe. Repeating emotionally secure stories becomes a refuge. It's a pattern of avoidance, steering clear of the jagged edges of discomfort. The brain protects itself by creating these mental sanctuaries, spaces where emotional turbulence is less likely to intrude. What's happening here is a classic example of cognitive dissonance, The mind, caught between conflicting beliefs, tries to reconcile the disparity by favoring the more palatable narrative. Yet the body responds before conscious control, exposing the hidden turmoil through nervous system reactions like that slight tremor or the fleeting glance away. Emotional suppression is a delicate balancing act. The more she tries to maintain composure, the more her physicality betrays her. The stillness becomes unnatural, a paradox of enforced calm that contrasts with the subtle chaos beneath. It's as if her body whispers the truth her words are too afraid to voice. Most people think communication happens through words. That clarity comes from spoken assurances, but emotion usually appears somewhere else first, in the fidget of fingers, the shift of eyes, the whisper of a sigh. It's the choreography of subconscious protection, a dance between authenticity and the persona we wish to present. It's in these quiet moments that the real story unfolds. She pauses just before responding to a simple question. It's almost imperceptible, this tiny hesitation, but it's enough to signal something more, an internal check perhaps, ensuring the response aligns with the image she's carefully curated. But that momentary pause speaks volumes. It hints at a separation between her words and her thoughts, a gap where something unsaid resides. This isn't about reading minds, it's about noticing what the nervous system can't fully hide. Her smile is perfectly placed, but the muscles around her eyes don't quite engage. The timing is off. A forced composure that holds until it doesn't. A flicker of something unguarded crosses her face before she quickly reins it in. Emotional restraint acts as a shield, a buffer against vulnerability. She's overcontrolled, rehearsed, but the body tells its own story. Subtle shifts, a slight clench of the jaw, fingers tapping an irregular rhythm. The subconscious finds ways to communicate what the conscious mind avoids. Suppression creates signals, leaks of truth through the cracks of her performance. Silence, ironically, often reveals more than speech. In the quiet, her breath quickens slightly when she thinks no one's watching. Her shoulders lift with an invisible weight before dropping back into their disciplined posture. It's in these unguarded moments that her truth surfaces, raw and unfiltered. The more she tries to control how she's perceived, the more her behavior becomes artificial. There's a tension in pretending not to care, in acting normal under stress. See, rehearsed conversations play out internally, disconnected from the emotions they're meant to express. It's a fragile balance, this dance of composure. Then the conversation shifts, and she seems to relax. But here, too, is a revelation. The emotional reaction appears late, emerging only once the moment has safely passed, a delayed processing that suggests the presence of emotions she's not ready to face. This quiet realization extends beyond therapy. It touches on everyday human behavior. How often do we all disconnect to stay composed? Pretend not to feel, to maintain control. Yet in these attempts to hide, we inadvertently reveal. Sometimes people show who they are long before they understand themselves. Their truths seep out through the seams of their restraint. And it's in these silent revelations, where the nervous system whispers, that we find the essence of human nature, open, unresolved, and profoundly human.